Welcome to the Bella Vista Gardening Program. I'm Geri Hoerner, and joining me today is Ginny Vance. She's a fellow Master Gardener, Benton County Master Gardener, and she's also in the Bella Vista Garden Club with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and so we're going to be talking today about holiday shopping for your gardeners. So we've got a lot of good ideas. You can shop all month for your Christmas shopping, or anytime during the year. You can give gifts to your gardener friends if they love it. They love gifts. Yes. Okay, and then you can buy them locally or online, and we're going to talk about both. And we'll also be talking about things to do in your garden for the month of December. There's a few things we have to attend to, but not a lot because it's winter. So, but first I want to thank our two sponsors, the Bella Vista Garden Club and the Benton County Master Gardeners joined the TV station at the director level, and we are so thankful for their support over the years, and they have just contributed so much information and that we want to share with you all the time. So they're just great organizations. So, but today we want to talk about holiday shopping for gardeners, and I have the expert shopper here, shopper extraordinaire, and we first have to think about local. I know you do a lot of online shopping, but we first have to think about our local community and supporting our local community. And so there's so many different places to shop, you know, that sell plants, but they carry other things too, house plants and decorative pots and tools, gloves, rain gauges, wind chimes, garden art. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that once you get into the garden shops, they're interesting. And also the birds, you know, you have a lot of birds in your garden.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And you have a lot of bird houses and
bird houses and bird feeders.
Yeah. And that's a great gift.
Yes.
For to have.
The birds always need to be fed.
They need to be, especially in the winter with
the feed is not cheap right now.
No, it isn't. Everything is gone up.
But
But you can make your own suet sometimes with peanut butter and cereals and things like that. So, you know. And the one thing I did find that was really unusual for I hadn't seen before, it's actually a water heater for your bird baths, and it's just a little plug-in that you can just plug in your bird bath. What I do is put it on a little table outside my door to the porch or to the deck, and I keep it right there so I can just go out and add water when I need to. Now this will plug into a extension cord, an outdoor extension cord, and it won't go on. It won't take any electricity until it gets like 32 degrees. Then it turns on. So it's not like you're plugging it in and using a lot of electricity. So it's just when it gets to 32, it'll start warming the water, and they have water all winter. So that's a neat little gift that you could give your gardening friends, because just about every gardener likes to feed the birds.
That they do.
Just about. So, okay, and then online. Ginny's really our expert online. She's actually done a couple programs for the TV show, for the Computer Club, talking about buying online, and even the garden catalogs. You can go online and get the catalogs too, instead of having them mailed to you. So, and you just Google gifts or
the Brex and the blue Bluestone is a good gardening catalog.
So you can just
order your seeds and then also belong to, if you go out to their websites, you can subscribe to their email notifications, and you get different percentages off their seeds and all kinds of information. So to look those out, they're good.
Yeah, Proven Winners is a great one to join. It's like Proven Winners Direct, and so even in Christmas they're doing a 12 days of Christmas, and I think we're filming on the 6th. We're on the 6th day, so they started on November 25th for 12 days after that. So, and one of them they gave away, or they didn't. They charged. If you bought a gift certificate for $50, they charged you $40. So you got a little break there.
Yeah.
And then I think there's another one that they did for landscaping.
If you go out to their website right now, you can sign up to get a free landscape design for free.
I think there's a contest or
There's
something.
a contest for it, yeah. So,
But other than that, just about every day you get an email. It tells you what plant is on sale. They put plants on sale every day.
Yep.
And you can get your nice plants with a little off, And if you sign your friend up to Proven Winners Direct, there's also a blog that they'll send you every day on email, and pictures of gardens. And some of them are all over the world, or, South America.
they're beautiful.
Or Ireland and England, and really interesting gardens. So you can see a different garden every day. And you can always unsubscribe to these too. If you don't want all that coming through your emails, you can unsubscribe pretty quickly.
You can.
Yeah, that's good.
But for a gardener in the winter, to get these magazines and daily emails to see the different plants, it's
different
nice
combinations
to see in the
too.
combinations. Yeah. And right now, Proven Winners is having another where if you put together a special container, if you send pictures in, they'll also put those out on their blogs. So a lot of different people have done those different container gardens, even the winter container gardens. So real pretty.
Because you can do a lot of different containers. And like when you do shop for your friends, your gardening friends, they've got some wonderful decorative pots at locally you can buy, and online too, but then you have to pay for shipping, so
Yeah.
that may not be as economical. And when you subscribe to these magazines, a magazine subscription would be really nice to give to someone if you know they like these certain magazines. And some of us still like to have that, magazine in our hand and turn the pages and turn back, and others just want to see it on the computer screen. But,
My daughter every year subscribes to me for the Garden Gate magazine, and that's one of my favorites. And here again, they also have a beautiful email blog daily subscription thing that you can sign up for. So check that one out too.
But if I don't know if you'd want to sign up your gardening friends without checking with them first.
That's true. But for yourself.
But for yourself.
Sometimes you've got to buy for yourself too.
You can, say, oh, I get this wonderful thing. How would you like to?
Yes.
I would subscribe for you.
Yes.
So, and it is interesting to see all these different gardens and all these different, options out there.
Yep.
So, but some of the magazines that have just been around for a long time are wonderful. It's the Arkansas Gardener, and that's great if they live in Arkansas because it's pretty local. Of course, Arkansas covers a big area and different zones, but from the north side to the south side. So, but if you live in Arkansas, the Arkansas Gardener is a great magazine. And Fine Gardening is wonderful. That's a great magazine that has been around a long time, and Fine Gardening is great. And then, of course, Birds in Bloom. Birds in Blooms have been around a long time, and there's just so many tips in that magazine. Even for an experienced gardener, there can be tips in there that I didn't think of that, So it's great to actually see these different tricks that they tell you about. Then there's Gardening Illustrated. I haven't seen that magazine, but I understand it's really a nice one. I haven't seen it itself. And then there's one that's called Horticulture, and it may be more using the Latin names for plants and more technical with horticulture. But they're all great magazines to purchase for your friends. And then we also have, to show you, we have some pictures. And we made up a little file of different photos. And the first one we have, I don't know if they've got them up yet, it's a waxed amaryllis. And you've seen these in the box stores everywhere.
Yes.
And
they're popular this year.
yeah, and you bought one.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep. And then what is nice about the waxed amaryllis is you don't need to water them, and they will continue to rebloom until February or March.
Yeah.
Mine just started to bloom. I've got a bloom that is about this big. It's pink and white. I was going to bring it today, but it was too cold.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
They don't like to be out in the cold
They don't
weather.
like, no. But it's a great gift.
But it was just, I was just amazed when I saw it that it has so many buds. It's got these beautiful blooms, but it's still got more buds popping up. So it's going to bloom for a long time.
Yep. I've got a girlfriend that lives in New Jersey that I always send it, Christmas, I always send her waxed amaryllis. So
yeah.
she's enjoyed them for the last 3 years. So
You can order those online and,
Yeah.
send them everywhere.
Yep.
They won't get frozen when they
They will
mail
not
them.
get frozen. No.
So, and the next one we have a couple of samples of potheads. Now, I remember years and years ago, my aunt had the little lady with the earrings and the hat, and she had a plant coming out of it. But now they've kind of revised them, and they're, new and different. So there's different varieties. There's this one, and then we have another little cute pothead that's so cute. And you can put succulents in there, or ferns,
Yep.
kind of something wispy to show her head,
Different
think of-
vines.
and vines, yeah. And then this one I just loved, Old Grandpa Pothead. And it reminds me of the some of the Christmas decorations I have. It's called the Oldest Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And he just looks like the oldest Santa, so he's a cute little guy. That would be a cute holiday gift there. Then also the terrariums are coming back in style, and you can get a terrarium just buy the case if they want to fill their own, or you can buy one already filled. But there's different beautiful
ones,
out there, unusual. So. And you can shop for these online or even locally. Sometimes locally you'll find them too.
Yep.
So the other thing we have too is air plants. Now, I have one of the air plants. This is a people air plants, and there's little funny characters holding these air plants, and they're great because they don't need soil, and they're just easy to maintain. They just live on air. There's some that's got a hand with a cute air plant. And there's such a variety of air plants, too, in different colors.
Yeah.
So we were at the Master Gardener meeting this year, and I think one of the vendors just had all different kinds of air plants, different colors.
They did.
Yeah. And shells. And now that's in seashells, but I have one that is in a rock. And you can stage these. Let's see. Can you see it here? Will you zoom in on that? It's just sitting in a rock. And all you really have to do is you just take it out. I just put it, take a spray of water, swish it under the spray of water, and then shake it, and then just put it back in its, put it back in its little spot, because it doesn't need soil. It just needs air and water. So the air plants are fun. And that's something the kids could, you could give
they're
those to
great gifts.
kids, and they could learn to take care of a plant real easily. So that would be a great gift for kids.
And being creative with where you put them.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've got so many pretty containers, just cute containers, but you can actually put air plants in anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the elf on the shelf could be holding one.
that's right.
He could be moving all over the house. So that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. And like I said, they're just low maintenance, and it's great to get kids started on plants and taking care of a plant and learning how to take care of them. And then I think we also have succulents, pictures of succulents that are very colorful. You can add some berries in there, and they're just great little plants that are low maintenance. Don't have to worry about them very much. Water them once every week or two.
They're great gifts.
Yeah, they are.
The succulents are easy to maintain.
And so what other shopping have you done online, so for the holidays?
For the holidays?
For the gardeners.
For gardeners?
Or for yourself?
For myself.
We got to buy things for ourselves, too.
Yes, we have to buy things for ourselves, too. For what have I bought online?
Yeah.
Right now I'm buying for Christmas gifts for children, but my grandkids. But one thing that my grandkids do love, they love the Groot, which is the next one that we were looking at.
Oh, there's
we can't forget about
kids.
Groot.
Oh, we gotta
that's
have Groot.
the next slide that we have here. Like you said, to get kids involved with planting is real key, and
That's darling.
they enjoy, having characters around and themed characters, and why not get them involved?
Yeah, get involved in gardening.
Yep.
So that's great. Okay, and then, well, there was something else we wanted to talk about, and I forgot what it was. Anyway, but shopping online is really, really the thing lately. But there's sometimes you just want to go to a shop and you want to see it.
Yes, and touch it.
And touch it. And,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you order it online and it doesn't turn out to be looking like you thought it would.
No.
But it's always an experiment. So.
It is always an
But
experiment.
anyway, shopping for the holidays is always fun.
Yes.
So, but there's other things we need to do in our garden probably in December. Very few things, but we do have to attend to them. And you need to mulch and monitor the moisture. If you planted pansies this year for the winter, just monitor them for moisture. And if you have like a dry spell, you might want to water them and then give them a little fertilizer maybe once every 3 weeks or so. You don't have to fertilize them every month or every week, just every couple weeks. So, and then
the bulbs.
You got to plant bulbs.
Yeah, you have to plant our bulbs. Get the different spring blooming bulbs in the ground, and now's the time to do it. Make sure you mulch and add the different type of bone meal with them, which helps. But get them in the ground now in order for them to get their growth period in.
And the Bella Vista Garden Club didn't order Bella Vista daffodils this year. We had done that for maybe 4 or 5 years we've been doing that, so we didn't order them this year. Hopefully we'll order them next year, but the Bella Vista daffodils are beautiful, and if you have any that you want to divide, you can do that now too. If your clump is getting too thick and doesn't bloom well, you can divide them, dig them up and separate them and divide them. So, and the roses, after a few freezes, which we've had a couple freezes so far, and you can mulch those for the winter, make sure they got a good.
And don't cut them back until February. I think that's the key. Is the roses. I think people want to around here cut them back, but don't cut them back until usually late January, first part of February. Don't cut them back.
You can even go as late as March, depending on the weather.
Right.
Yeah. So, but if you cut them now, then they'll try to put out new growth. Well, that new growth is just going to get frozen.
With the extreme temperature extremes, like yesterday, we had from 67 to 26 this morning. Brr. Anyway, also lawns. Make sure we've had enough leaves blowing these last few days again.
Gosh,
The leaves have been falling, but make sure that the leaves are off your lawn.
Because they can smother the grass.
Blow them off into the other areas. But another thing that you need to be careful about with the lawn is make sure that you don't, if we do have any ice, don't put any of the salt content out. And make sure that you try to use cat litter.
Yeah, that's a good option.
An option.
That's a good option. So, anyway.
Other than that,
What's it?
the trees and shrubs. Water.
Make sure they monitor the water.
Water the monitor if need be. Prune the evergreens if you need.
Yeah, see, sometimes I'll take some cuttings from my
cedars.
My cedars and my boxwoods, you know, and I just take a few cuttings for decorations, you know, for the holidays. But don't take too much. You know. Don't encourage new growth. But by this time they're kind of a little dormant. So And the tropicals and house plants, they're indoors now, and they don't need as much water as normal. So, But your poinsettia, everybody's got poinsettias basically in the winter, for the holidays.
Yes.
And you just have to keep them evenly moist, no drafts, and just kind of monitor them. They need a
Right.
lot of light and, moist soil and no drafts. Don't put them by your front door when you're opening it and closing it. So.
Right.
And
They'll start losing their leaves.
yeah. And then your Christmas trees, you can recycle those. I think Bella Vista Lakes takes those. They ask you to put them in a certain location when you're done with them, and they'll put them in the lake for lake habitat for the fish, so that's great.
Yeah.
So that's how you can recycle your Christmas trees. So,
And the perennials, a lot of people have tried to cut some of those back. I went ahead and just left a lot of my perennials up. And here again,
do
don't
too.
wait until January, February before you cut a lot of them back. Still, a lot of them are still, the grasses and everything
Yeah.
still have
my
growth.
mums are still blooming, even though
Exactly,
it's cold.
yeah. So keep your perennials happy and don't cut your salvia back too soon. Wait
Well,
until
the
spring.
salvia's got a hollow stem, and so that's how I lost all my salvias in the past. Is I'd cut them back, and then I wonder why they didn't return the next year. So
Yep.
if you cut them, the rain will get in there, and it'll freeze, and then your plant's gone. So
Yep.
if it's got a hollow stem, when you trim it, don't cut it back.
Right.
So that's a good rule.
Another good thing to do right now, if you've got the time, is to compost your perennials or any of your garden beds. So now's a good time to be
Put
doing
your
that.
compost down.
Yeah,
it's going to
compost.
feed them all through the winter. So.
And I know I've taken my leaves and put them around my different plants. Just blowing the leaves right into the perennial beds
into the beds
to
yeah.
keep them warm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you got to make sure you get them out in the spring. But they're
Yep.
So and then don't forget to feed the birds over the winter. I just love watching all the birds at the bird feeder, and we have seed and suet.
Yep.
And they're just loving it, and they're all fluffed up when it's hot, when
Yes,
it's
it is.
cold,
And the
keep
cardinals
'em
are
warm.
loving the
yeah.
black seeds,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
the sunflower seeds.
Yeah. So anyway, those are the few things you have to do in the garden over the December. And you might, when it snows and you have all this structure out there in your garden and you see all the snow, resting on your plants you haven't cut back. It is a pretty picture.
Very pretty
It really
to
is.
have
This
the
one you can see the background here. You got the evergreens with the snow on them, and it looks like it's decorated for the holidays. So,
Yep.
Yeah. And we don't want a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Just a little. We can take a little snow. Right. So, and if you have any other questions about gardening in the winter and month of December, you can go to the Bella Vista Garden Club website. It's bellavistagardenclub.com. And they have a lot of information about gardening. And there's a garden section that you can go through and just, spend hours just looking up different, subjects on gardening. And then the Master Gardener's site has a lot of information too. It's bentoncountygardening.org, and they have a lot of information too. And along with the Facebook pages. So the Bella Vista Garden Club has a Facebook page, and it's with a lot of fun information. And so does the Benton County Master Gardener has a Facebook page. So you look for those. And the next meeting of the Bella Vista Garden Club will be Wednesday, January 25th. We won't have an open meeting in December, but January 25th at the Bella Vista Community Church on Lancashire. And the Benton County Master Gardeners won't be meeting again until February 7th. We don't meet in January. So, and everyone's welcome to either of these meetings. Guests are always welcome. We like to have new faces and introduce our garden information to more people. So just keep that in mind. And then we'll tell you more information about the January meeting for the garden club at the next show and the next show in the January. Let me film the January show. So, but thank you, Ginny, for coming and sharing all your information and about gifts for your gardening friends. And
Hopefully we've given some ideas for people.
Yeah, and you might
It's
find
hard to shop.
I know, but it's hard not to buy it for yourself too.
Yes,
So you
yes.
have to shop for yourself too. treat yourself. So,
Treat yourself.
yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll tune in again next month. And until then, don't forget to stop and smell the roses.